Hey, the reason why you're going to want to listen all the way through to this show is because you'll find out which of the three of us waited in line for hours to be front row to
Yeah.
see Cyndi Lauper.
You're also going to find out from an audience question which group text each of us would like to be on from a group from the 90s.
And stick around because just in a few seconds, you'll learn who out of the three of us has the most ridiculous middle name. I don't think it's me. Enjoy the show, everyone.
Hey, you guys. Mostly talking to Kelly and Adam.
Hi, Sharon.
Hi, needy Sharon here. And hi to everybody else who's watching and listening. We appreciate that. How are you? That's Kelly. That's Adam. I'm Sharon. So far, so good?
Yep.
I think so.
Our short little roll call list is in check, so I think we're good to go.
Did you ever have that thing? Because when I was in high school, you know, when they do attendance or whatever,
Yeah.
always like the first day or first 2 days of class, like, because like, you know, my full name is not Kelly, so as we know. And I always hated that because I knew that first day I had to get the teachers in advance to not say the second name.
Kellyanne?
That one.
So
Which one?
is it first and middle, or your first name is Kellyanne?
First name is Kellyanne.
What's
I
your
had
middle name?
no idea, Kelly.
Interesting. I
You
don't know that I
didn't,
did.
Adam?
I don't think I did either.
I've known you what? It's been almost 10 years?
Adam, you've known me longer than 10 years.
Wow.
No, that's impossible.
Because Adam
Oh
was
no,
in
you're
high
right.
school
It is
10 years ago.
possible.
Adam, you're
Uh,
30 now. I think I knew you at 18.
No, you're right.
Yikes.
We met each other in 2012, so it's been 12 years.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys.
I've never known that.
I don't think I knew that either, Kel. I thought your middle name was Anne.
No, that's even more special.
Okay,
So
what's your middle name?
I will say it's after my grandmother, so that's the only reason why I'm fine with it.
Adam, what's your middle name? You have one?
I've got three: Frederick, Bernard, Michelle.
Wow,
Oh,
indecisive
Michael.
parents. I've got a short little three-letter Sharon Lee. That's it.
Highland.
That's
We're
more
all
than enough.
here. That's more than enough. Thank you very much. Hey, you know what? We've got great news and fun things as usual. What could have been a prequel is now going to be a sequel that will bring one of America's sweethearts back to work with an old pal who we've been seeing on the small screen rather regularly over the past few years. So we'll talk about that. Another farewell tour to celebrate more than 40 years of music and how things haven't really changed so much when it comes down to the business deals with female artists. Also, Kelly's trivia is going to flip your switch to the is this thing on mode? And your 90s rewind will take us back to 1997. And we've got to brace ourselves because, believe it or not, Friends is getting set to celebrate the 30th anniversary since it started.
Wow.
30 years.
Crazy.
So let's start there, you guys. Jennifer Aniston got emotional talking about it. Obviously, I'm emotional talking about it, but she started crying almost right out of the gate in an interview that she did with Quinta Brunson for Variety magazine on an angle called Actors on Actors. So, what she said basically was that it seems like yesterday that it all started for them, that the excitement they all had about the show, and here we are 30 years later, which is, I think, kind of bonkers, right?
Yep.
Yeah, she went on to say, and I quote, the fact that it's had this long, wonderful life and it still means a lot to people is one of the greatest gifts I think all five of us, all six of us, we never could imagine, end quote. Now, she said that because she also acknowledged in this conversation with Quinta Brunson that they are still mourning Matthew Perry, but that in it, and not just like after it, looking back on it, in it, they knew it was something special.
Mm-hmm.
I think case in point, the fact that they, are still friends, that they have relationships built on the working relationship that started 30 years ago. I think that's pretty cool. And she said that they had just FaceTimed for like an hour, all five of them. Also saying that they had the luxury of when this show was on, there wasn't much of the internet happening, right?
Yep.
So they didn't have to deal with anybody's opinions. That's what
Yeah.
people have, man. They got their opinions. They're not afraid to share them, even when they don't get asked for them. Here,
Yeah.
you want my opinion? Let me just tell you how bad I think you are. That kind of stuff.
I remember once, and I think it was in that reunion thing that they did where Matt LeBlanc talked about when they were in like the heck of it, when everything was really going on, the heat of it,
Yep.
that they had news helicopters or entertainment helicopters flying overhead, and
Yep.
that's how he knew he needed to get his roof done, was because
Yeah.
I thought that was that's a pretty good story. And I'd actually love to be on a friend's group text. That would be,
Oh my gosh, no kidding.
yeah.
One thing I liked that Jennifer Aniston used to do was wear the same outfit all the time when she'd leave the house, so that paparazzi were getting her in the same clothes. So the photograph was sort of dated because she always looked the same.
Yeah, that's really smart.
Isn't that smart? Doesn't mean that she's wearing the same actual pants or shirt or whatever. Maybe she bought 5 of them and
Right.
just wore them all the time.
I would love to do that for myself. I think that would be so much easier.
Pick a favorite outfit, like a uniform for life.
I'll just have black t-shirt, black pants. I'd be happy.
Nice.
That's why I think some people actually like uniforms for their kids in school.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no decision making.
No decision, saves time in the morning. You know what you're wearing. Just put it on, get out. There's no competition at the teenage level either for like,
Yeah.
oh, where'd you get that?
Yeah.
Everybody got their uniform in the same place.
But
I
then
had
I
a
feel,
uniform when I was in high school and I
Oh, yeah?
remember hating it.
Oh, interesting.
But looking back, it's true. I never had to worry about what I was going to wear.
Yeah.
And I think I was too young to understand that. And I was just thinking, it doesn't really look good and, whatever.
Yeah.
But gosh, did it made life easier looking back.
but
I
it's
bet.
funny, the creative part of me, like I think you miss out as a teenager if you don't have to put your look together for school morning.
Well, there's that angle too.
Yeah, I hear
But
you.
then maybe the pressure's on when you have to be social, like if you go to a dance or something, or a mixer, Kel.
I remember.
Mixer.
Sadly, school dances didn't work out for me too much
Oh
because
no.
I mean, I had a great time at school dances, but didn't know I was gay yet. So,
Ah.
and the mixer didn't really matter. So,
Uh-oh.
yeah,
Wah,
Wow,
wah.
wow.
Hey, happy Pride Month, by the way, you guys.
that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Um, what was I going to
I
say?
thought
There
you
was
were going
another
to
thing I
say
wanted to say.
that's
Happy
enough.
Pride. Happy Pride. And that's our show, you guys. Thanks very much. No, I wanted to say, I think Jennifer Aniston, if we could just circle back to that for a second, the idea that they didn't have the internet and not getting faced with what she said were people commenting and ripping you apart. She
Mhm.
said it was a dreamy time. I know I sound sort of nostalgic, but we were really about the work. We were really about the show, which is cool. From my angle on Friends, I remember being so excited about it because it seemed like it was going to be like my show, characters that were near where I was in my life. And interestingly, I think there's a great big age difference between all of us, mostly between Kelly and Adam, that just kidding. There's a whole new generation of people that feel the exact same way as I did about Friends now that they're discovering it, which is really cool. The other fun thing that show did was sort of groundbreaking at the time was that after a couple of years, they renegotiated their contracts from a collective perspective. So instead of, one making significantly more than the rest or the others, or, there wasn't such a great discrepancy. They all went in and negotiated that way. So like a true ensemble cast. And so went from $75,000 an episode up to 85, up to 100, up to what was the next one? 125, 750. Then the last 2 years of the show, they each got $1 million per episode.
Yeah. I think
Bonkers.
wasn't that Courtney Cox's idea? And she was the one that had more notoriety at first of
Yeah.
she could have done, her own thing.
She came off the Bruce Springsteen video for Dancing in the Dark.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's another significant milestone this year because Born in the USA celebrating its 40th anniversary.
Crazy.
Wow.
Anyway, so that Quinta Brunson interview with Jennifer Aniston is in Variety magazine. And if you haven't watched Abbott Elementary yet, you are missing out. Classic sitcom setup, and it's funny. Oh my goodness.
I need
And I can,
a good comedy because I've been off them for so long. Like I don't know. I
it's
haven't
funny.
found
You'd love it. It's
okay.
really, It's a classic setup, but it's got that sort of documentary style to it. So there is often like they're talking to the camera or they're doing like a side look to the camera, but it's funny. Very funny.
That's amazing.
Highly recommend. So
Do they have a standout star in that, or it's more ensemble-y?
all of them have something special. Their characters are unique and they weave together nicely, but they all do something different that's laugh out loud funny. All of them. The principal for me, especially the character is named Ava. She shouldn't be a principal, but she does her best. She does her best for herself. I'll say that, but she's got some amazing lines that are so like subtle and stealth that you're like, wait a minute, rewind. Did she just say what I think she just said? Oh my God. So very funny. So now that we've got that underway, you guys feel ready at all for what's about to bowl us over?
I guess we have to, right?
Yeah, like some
Okay.
trivia.
Let's go.
90s. Now, trivia.
Bing bong.
I'm looking scholarly today, so that will reflect the questions.
Oh, very nice.
No, they won't. But we do have a news and politics, and that's usually a challenge for the two of you. It would be also for me. Which Russian leader was famed for his dancing and drinking during the 90s?
Sharon.
Go, Sharon.
Gorbachev?
Great guess. He was from the 80s, but
Damn it. Son of a.
Well, okay, that was going to be my guess.
yeah,
He was in the 90s too in the beginning.
yeah, that's true. Do we know Adam, after you guess, you have to let us know when he passed away. I can't remember. Mikhail Gorbachev? Yeah.
I feel like, am I missing someone? Because I feel like Putin came right after Gorbachev.
You're both missing the big man in the middle.
Can you give us a hint?
B.
B?
Buh.
What's going on?
Buh. I don't know. Sometimes when you sound it out, it works. In this case, it sounds like I'm having an episode, so I'm going to stop.
Boris Yeltsin.
Son of a Yeltsin.
I don't think I've ever heard of that guy.
He was like the big leader in between Gorbachev and Putin. So
What's his name? Boris who?
Boris Yeltsin.
Huh.
He was he looked like he was tall. I don't know if he was, but he looked tall and he was portly.
Tall
Okay,
and
so
portly.
he died in 2007 at the age of 76.
That's
Boris
young.
Yeltsin, yeah.
Okay. He was in office from 91 to 99.
So pretty
Dancing
much
his way to his
90s.
grave. Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, we want to know when Gorbachev.
Yeah. Gorbachev, Sharon, he's the one that had that facial mark. Yeah, okay.
Birthmark. Yeah.
So he died in August 2022 at the age of 91.
Oh, wow.
I
That's
thought
why it seems so fresh.
yeah, I felt like he hasn't been gone that long, which is crazy. Yeah.
And he was in office from 85 to 91. So even not as long as Yeltsin.
Yep.
Huh.
I think he was a bit more had notoriety because of him and Reagan, right? Like they had that whole
Tear down these walls.
was it the Cold War? The Cold War?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the war.
That's the one. Yep.
Wow. Well, I learned something.
There we go. No,
So did I.
let's see. Hopefully this will be more fun. Pop culture. What is the first name of the mascot for the Warheads candy brand?
The what's candy brand?
What is the first name of the mascot for the Warheads candy brand? So Warheads had a mascot. What's their first name?
I'd like a hint.
B. No.
Buh.
In a twist of fate, Boris Yeltsin. No.
Imagine. That would be funny.
Do you want the first letter of the it's a fun name. It's only got 5 letters, I believe. It starts with a W.
I don't even know.
Adam.
Name of the theme park that Chevy Chase talked about in whatever that movie was. The
Wally World. Wally.
Wally.
Oh, nice.
See, sometimes the 80s comes sneak right back up and save your butt.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I love this hint thing going on.
Yeah.
I think we'll need that more often. I think you'll need to prepare some hints for us.
Okay.
Rhymes with Snorris Meltson. I think it's Boris Yeltsin. God, I feel smart.
I think all my hints are gonna be B. Sharon,
Oh
what
my
was
goodness.
I'm forgetting what was the name of the Chevy Chase movie? It was the
Vacation.
Lampoon, right?
National Lampoon's Vacation.
Yeah. Okay.
Classic. And then National Lampoon's European Vacation, next level good.
Yeah. That's when
So
they were in
good.
the tiny car, right? Going through those streets.
And he couldn't get over. He
Yeah.
couldn't get over. So they spend the whole day on that roundabout, and he's like losing his marbles. That's where the queen lives. What does she do there? She queens
Yeah.
and vacuums. Love it. Okay, so big news, you guys. At last check, there was talk of a prequel to this movie from 1998, and now it looks like a sequel could be happening. Isn't it great when talks for a sequel to a movie we all loved are on track and there's no drama? That's how it seems right now. Fingers crossed that it stays that way, right?
Yeah.
Have you both seen the movie Practical Magic?
Have not.
What do you think?
I'm shocked that Kelly hasn't. Adam,
I have
you
not seen it.
you should. It's quite good.
Okay.
It's enjoyable. It's Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman.
Love that.
They're in the talks phase. They're sisters who have the witchy powers.
Okay.
And there's a curse on them, and then they fix the curse. I won't tell you anything because it's really worth watching. It's such a
Okay.
good movie.
From
But also,
1998.
yeah,
Cool.
Stockard Channing was in the movie, and Diane Wiest. I didn't, in the article that we all read, I didn't see any mention beyond the fact that they got a mention that they were part of the conversation, but I'm pretty sure they're both, I was going to say alive. Like, I think you need to be more than just alive to be in a movie. You also need to be interested, and I would hope that they are interested.
I always thought Stockard Channing has the best name ever. It's so eloquent. It's like,
Yeah. Punchy. It's confident.
and when
Yeah.
you see her, she's like Holland Taylor, another cool name. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. I've always
Stockard Channing did such a great job on The West Wing as the first lady.
Mm.
Aidan Quinn was also in the movie. He was the police officer who was trying to figure out how, this guy that I'll just tell you, they killed him, okay? But they had to. Did they kill him or did he kill himself? No, I think, anyways, it's been a long time since I've seen the movie, but he ends up dead, this guy, and Aidan Quinn is the police officer who falls for one of them. Anyway, so I would totally go and see this movie in theaters. Totally. Would you guys?
By the way, I'm super excited because I think all of us know that Sandra Bullock has gone through a very rough year losing her partner.
Yeah.
Who, like, I was so happy that she'd found him to begin with, and they'd been, together, but she had taken that, I think she knew the end was coming, obviously, when she said she was taking that break, but we didn't know because which is totally fine, it's her private life, but obviously we didn't know that her partner was not doing well. But now I'm just excited if she's in talks, that means she will stop this retirement thing she was kind of in at the.
Well, I think she's got other interests going on in her life. She does like real estate stuff. I think
she flips houses, I think.
She flips houses. So I think she keeps busy and she, takes care of her family and all that. So I think that by virtue of the fact that there are talks happening, she's doing something that she wants to do. I think that's where she is in her career, that she doesn't have to do just anything. She can do what she wants. So it's nice that she wants to do this. That should be the incentive for both of you and anybody who's listening that has not seen Practical Magic to see it.
Got it, Sharon.
You got it, you guys?
You're making a great pitch for it.
Go get him, Tiger.
She did with Block Party that I still haven't watched yet.
Oh my gosh, Kelly. Dave Chappelle's Block Party.
I know.
Oh.
I know. That's how my
Honestly, that's
better
a
half
fun
feels
one.
about all the shows that she wants me to watch and I never do. So,
That's Dave Chappelle's block party is the kind of thing you can put on a Saturday afternoon before dinner.
okay.
Just gonna have it on. It's super cool. Like the list of performers, as I've sold to you in the past, is very worthwhile. Adam, now you're on the list too. Dave
Okay.
Chappelle's block party.
Okay.
Okay.
Adam, when she says on the list, it's nothing fun, by the way. Just
The list is on a piece of wood that
yeah,
I will
Sharon
use to strike you.
yeah, exactly.
All right. So imagine, if you will, Cyndi Lauper bidding farewell to fans with a farewell tour.
Are you going,
Cool.
Sharon?
I'd like to. I saw her here a few years ago at a smaller club. It's called the M Telus now. Pretty sure it was Metropolis back then. Cool club in
Was
Montreal.
was
This would have been one of the couple few times that I would have stood in line before the doors opened.
Wow. To be front row.
Yeah, because there is GA in that place on the floor. Anyways, made it. My back can't handle that sort of commitment. Standing. Anyways, but we did it. She was amazing, like really amazing. So yeah, I think I'd like to see her again because that was sort of the celebration of the of a particular album, and this would be like a career spanning. See ya. So the interesting thing is that, she's in this position where she's been in the business now for 40 plus years. And the sad reality is that the business part of it hasn't really changed much. So what it was, surprise, surprise, because her and Madonna both released their albums at the same time, around the same time, they were kind of pitted against each other, as if music loving people could go one or the other. That's all I need. It's so ridiculous. Like, to break it down in that perspective, when you think of how we listen to our music now, we have access to everything and anything at any time. We're not picking one thing.
yeah.
No.
And
We're picking it all.
especially because like they're not similar, really.
No, at all.
Like the only thing they have is that I think, for lack of a better term, they're left of center, right? With where they are as artists. Like
Right.
they're very original and very creative in their own
And
right. But because of that,
yeah,
I think that's why they get put in the same kind of box, even though their sound is completely different. The music they produce completely different.
totally. Which is why I think one of the also reasons is that it's because they're women.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So they're not going to put two guys out and go, you got to pick one.
Yeah.
It's because they're women, and it's just the ignorant attitude that was rampant then, and it still exists today, sad but true. But the power is in the people, and with the people, as usual, we get to pick.
Yeah, and this also falls back, Sharon, too, with what we saw with that documentary about We Are the World, right? Like there was a
Yeah.
reason Madonna wasn't invited. Like it's
Yeah.
so dumb.
So very short-sighted, but here we are. Hopefully we'll learn from that. And we know that Lionel Richie admitted that it was a mistake that they didn't invite Madonna. So that's also progress. But what's interesting about this Madonna Cyndi Lauper thing is that when she was asked whether or not she ever considered talking to Madonna about this, imposed competitiveness that neither one selected, I don't think their record companies did. She said that she didn't think it would have made a difference because she didn't think Madonna liked her much,
Aw.
which is sort of sad sounding, right? And then what makes it even sadder is that she also said that she could have used a friend at that time, basically someone who would have
Oh.
understood the whole experience that she was having. So it's kind of weird. I see Madonna being able to have this conversation now.
I think so too, but I don't know. Like, I don't know that Cindy is wrong. I don't mean about the liking thing, but
Hmm.
Madonna was on such a mission. I don't
Yeah.
know if she would have been friends with Cindy.
Well, yeah, I think what we've seen with Madonna is that she cultivated her own community, and everybody that were on her tour, that's a couple hundred people, right? That you employ and that you have to make sure that you like, because you're going to be spending a lot of time with them. But I think anyways, I like to think that the idea of a creative industry such as making music would be open to friendship and collaboration. And, like when you see Kelly Clarkson interview anybody,
Yeah.
when you see her, chatting with Pink about, hey, well, we should sing together. And the idea that you're coming together on the basis of the common thing, which is a love for music, I think that there's room for that.
Yeah. And Kelly Clarkson has such a good attitude. Like she just wants to be, and she's legitimately a fan of so many people. So she's not
Exactly.
afraid. And I think that's why her talk show works so well, because she's super authentic. And if she's a fan of you, she's a fan of you. And she also is willing to put her mouth on the line if she doesn't believe in certain things or
Yeah.
doesn't like what's being said. Like, and even like when she backed up Taylor Swift, right? If she's like, you should record your re-record your albums. Like
Yeah.
she's just like Kelly Clarkson, I don't think can do wrong really, really. Like
And side note on Kelly Clarkson, she's improved a great deal on her interview style.
yep,
She's still a little on the hyper edge of things.
yep,
It's like she's on the edge of her seat, like she's super excited to hear what they're going to say, and she talks right off at the top of them.
yeah.
So she's got to dial that back a notch or two. But ultimately, I think they've invested some time in her, so she's going to be able to reap the rewards of that. What was the other thing I was going to say about Cyndi Lauper? Interesting that picking now to bid farewell, she said that she didn't think that she could perform the way she wanted to in a couple of years from now, so she wanted to be strong.
Mm.
Because
So
how old is she now?
100.
Okay.
I know.
I should send my grandma out on tour with her then.
Muriel, grab the mic. You're on.
Do it. She was the church organist for, I think,
Cindy or your grandma?
my grandma.
Okay.
Like I'd have to do the math with her, but I think like 85 years or 80, like
Wow.
yeah, because she was told, I think, at the age, so she stopped playing. The only reason she stopped playing was because of pandemic. So she would have been 96 or 97 at the time. And I
Wow.
think
Wow.
And I think that she was told at the age of 12, because the organist at the church at the time either left or died or something, and they were like, "You're going to do it." And so she had to teach herself how to. She got correspondence books, taught herself how to play the organ, and
Quit school and was a professional musician from there on.
was the organist for 82 years or whatever it was.
That's
Wow.
nuts.
Yeah,
So Cyndi Lauper,
suck it
suck
up,
it up.
sister.
Oh my goodness.
To answer my own question, she's a 70. She'll be 71 in less than a week.
Oh, cool. There you go.
In a week, actually.
I didn't
And
think she was in her 70s. I thought she was like super close in age to Madonna, which I know is not far off. Like Madonna's what, 65, 60, whatever, 60, 65?
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah, she
Yeah,
was born in
she'll be
June
66 this year.
1953.
Crazy.
Wow. Okay, cool. Well, there you go.
Mm.
Well, there you go, you guys. She's a Gemini. We know that.
Yep.
And she's going to hit the road and bid farewell. So good for her. Good for us. You guys ready for a 93? Oh,
Just
yes,
before we do that, she was
Yeah.
born June 22nd. That makes her a Cancer.
Oh, you see, that's how fast June is gone. Like I cannot believe it.
Yeah.
Okay, I believe it. I'm back. I'm
All
back,
right,
it's
now
fine.
we're ready for the rewind.
Let's go back to 1997. Again, I lost control and I just picked more songs than a handful. So let's start with an eternal question from Paula Cole. Where have all the cowboys gone?
I'm
don't
not
know
sure I
either.
know that song.
Oh,
Worth
it's a
it.
good one.
I'll sing
Okay.
it, but I'm trying to save my voice for Unbreak My Heart. Tony Braxton takes it at an all new low because she's that damn good. Unbreak My Heart. Also, how about White Town and Your Woman?
Oh, yeah.
Dee
song.
earworm. Do you know what it takes? Rhetorical question. But Robin actually wanted to know back around this time in 1997.
That's such a
Return.
great song. I love that song.
Yeah, that album, her album, very good.
Yep.
Totally reminds me of like this time back then. I had just started the fall before at my job where I'm still there.
Good job, Sharon. Give it
Few
up.
years later,
60 years later, she's
60
still
years
here.
later, I'm still trying. I might get it right. Mark Morrison and Return of the Mac.
Nice.
That is definitely on the list of like signature 90s tunes. Faux show.
Mhm.
How about some Spice Girls action, you guys?
Love the Spices.
Say You'll Be There.
That's a great
And
song.
just ahead of them on the charts around this time in 1997, Bop. What's it after you say bop? What's the next line in that song? You guys know?
Zippity boppity boo.
Close, Adam.
Yeah.
Isn't it like
Shibidi-bop-ba,
bop 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 boo bop?
ba-ba-ba, bidi-bop-ba. Yeah,
Something
that's
like
it.
that. Yeah.
Follow your heart, sing along with Hanson. That is your 90s rewind.
Thank you, Sharon.
That's great.
Thanks.
Good job.
That's it. We've reached the end of our road.
We have a question.
A mailbag question?
Mailbag question.
Oh, good.
Which group from the 90s, if there was texting at that point, would you like to be on a group text with?
Ooh, nice one.
Yep.
Mm.
Which group
I'm-
from the 90s, so whether rock, R&B, whatever, but it has to be a group, 2 or more members, would you like to be on a group chat with via text?
I'll start by saying Spice Girls.
That's hot. That's good. That's a good one.
It's hot.
I have to go with Destiny's Child.
Nice.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Just
Yeah.
so I can have like all their numbers.
Cell phone number.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Just so I could be able to still text them today. That would be amazing.
I will go with TLC.
Oh,
nice.
Very
I
nice.
can only imagine what Left Eye's text would be. Would be like lots of emojis.
I'm going to throw one more name in there for myself because if I have a cell phone, I'm going to put more than one contact in. And I'm going to pick the Foo Fighters.
Oh, good one.
Ooh, okay.
Because then we would have been friends for like 30 years already. And that'd have been cool. Since, Dave Grohl's already been my rock and roll boyfriend for that long. I figure I should already have his number. So
I
Yeah.
feel like there wouldn't be a lot of action in that group chat though. Because
Um,
boys aren't as chatty as the ladies.
the ladies. But you end up finding out where they're going and you show up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's
if
more
that's
of-
what you're looking for.
Yeah, you're
By the way-
hang time.
Just for fun's sake, I would love to be on a Guns N' Roses group chat.
Oh
Oh my
God.
I can't see that going well, but
True. Oh my gosh.
I think Slash would never answer. Like he just
For sure.
Yeah. Good one. Hey, good question.
That's a good one. Yeah.
I was wondering, we were talking about the friends group chat.
Yep.
It would be so funny that, you can change your names in the group chat. You can put nicknames.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to know that they changed it to the character's name.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Ah, yeah.
That's it.
Nice.
That's all I got.
Good
I
one.
just thought about it earlier and I figured I'd say it out loud.
Everybody's name would be the character name and yours would be and Adam.
I'd still take
Right.
it.
You'd still be Adam.
Yep.
Still Adam.
Little Adam. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, here we are.
Here we are. That's enough.
Just like Boys to Men were at the end of the road.
He's been waiting all show to use that.
Oh my God. Just having my eyes are still open. I'm exhausted. Carrying that joke around. Come on. So thank you everybody for playing along, for listening along, taking us wherever it is that you take us, and just for hanging with us. We appreciate it. Finding us wherever it is you do, and then passing it on because you're like, oh my gosh, these guys are so much fun. That's your accent I'm doing.
Yeah.
These guys are so much fun. I love them. Thank you very much for listening to 90s Now. Still happening.